by some amazing power, I don't know. I was chosen for a scholarship to the Results Conference in D.C. this past July. When I was chosen, I was really excited, but at the same time, I was really scared. Although I was in a safer place in my life, I wasn't asking myself what utilities I was going without. I was asking questions like, so do I buy dish soap or toothpaste? These are smaller things, but important nonetheless. I had no clothes that I felt were appropriate to wear to such an occasion. I had one pair of mostly decent shoes. And even if I had the clothes and the shoes, I had no suitcase to put any of this stuff in anyway. I felt very ashamed. And I had to say that although I would love to accept a scholarship and go to this conference, that I would not feel comfortable going. And I explained why to the people closest to me. But I can tell you in turn, people invited me over to their closets and allowed me to pick and borrow whatever I wanted. I also got a suitcase to carry it all in. And so when I got to D.C., just to show you a little bit how this went for me, Roxanne Allen saw the situation I was in and also let me wear a pair of shoes that she brought for herself. And it all just made me feel a little more like I belonged. With the gift of the local results group scholarship, I was given this newfound hope and the courage to use my voice and believe in myself. That conference gave me the excitement and the knowledge to set out for Capitol Hill. And our New Mexico group sat down in our representative's office one by one all day and talked about all the things that were important to us. And for me at the time, it was the cuts to the SNAP program. And I'll never, ever forget when we were sitting in Representative Michelle Lujan Grisham's office, and Sandy looked over at me and she said, "You'll do fine. Just tell your story, and the rest will happen." A couple months later, when Congress was about to go onto the floor and debate the SNAP cuts, as you've heard a little bit, Representative Michelle Lujan Grisham's press secretary contacted me and asked if I would be willing to send to the office some of my story so that it could be used on the floor for debate. And just to show you or share with you more so how naive I was and still am about politics, I had no idea what the congressional record was. I had no idea what a representative really did or who they even were. And now to have them know me and be in congressional record, I still can't wrap my head around that sometimes. That day in Representative Michelle Lujan Grisham's office, when Sandy looked over me and said, "Just tell your story," I leaned into her shoulder and I whispered, "I can't wait until this is not my story." As far as it mixing together, I'm extremely grateful to have been able to sit among each and every person at that conference. I met some wonderful people there, and it will always be one of my greatest memories. It was life-changing. And when I stop and I look back at the past 2 years, I still can't believe I was there at the bottom of hopelessness. And I truly would never be able to thank Results and Circles enough for giving me a better story to tell and the ability to help the next person.